Greetings. My name is David Zokaitis, and I'm here to talk about drug prohibition. And as you can read, this is part 3 of 3. I'm wrapping things up tonight. Now, a couple of months ago, I was in a seminar here in town, and they talked about human trafficking or teenage prostitution. And they said that one of the instigators behind this problem is kids getting pimped by their relatives to pay for expensive addictions. And we really need to do better as a culture on both of those fronts. We need to have chemical dependencies less prevalent and easier to pay for so that we don't have this ugly consequence of a terrible problem. Any mention of drug prohibition should also include a short discussion of alcohol prohibition because they are so closely related. If you look back a few decades ago, we had alcohol prohibition in this country, and it was a complete mess. We saw the rise of organized crime. The average guy had less respect for law. We had more corruption, spent a lot of money trying to enforce something. Alcohol consumption actually went up instead of down. And it was such a disaster that it had to be repealed a short while after it was implemented. That's the kind of lesson that we should get when we look at drug prohibition. Look at history and see what happened. If you look at the current propaganda, cannabis or marijuana is described as a gateway drug leading to heroin and cocaine. But if you do any kind of literature search, you'll find that alcohol and nicotine are the real gateway drugs. There's my reference. No conclusive evidence that the drug effects of marijuana are linked to the subsequent abuse of other drugs. Propaganda. And then if you look at drug usage versus prohibition, you can find another scholarly article that says that negative consequences associated with illegal drugs are more due to the prohibition and less to the consumption. And you can find references that say that the social costs of drug prohibition are vastly greater than its benefits. So why do we do these kind of things? Makes no sense. And you can, if you keep digging, look for references on treatment versus incarceration. And you get the same kind of trend that we've seen before. Community-based treatment is cheaper than incarceration. There's my reference. Kind of a no-brainer. Help people works better than hurting people. So we have to try to figure out who benefits from prohibition. Why do we do something that works so terribly? Well, pharmaceuticals benefit because they have less competition. I mean, why go and get an expensive prescription when you can smoke a little bit of weed and relax in much the same way? Alcohol, tobacco industries, less competition. Organized crime likes it, gives them a business model. Terrorists like it, gives them an income stream. Prison industry likes it, they get more customers. But we the people, not so much. And if you look at medical marijuana, it has been shown to reduce crime. And there's my reference. And the World Health Organization references decriminalizing all this stuff so that they can reduce incarceration and also addiction and AIDS. I don't think we're going to legalize injectable drugs, but it's nice to know what the background is and what the World Health Organization recommends. Portugal has some history in this. They decriminalized everything, and they saw a drop in crime, a drop in addiction, and then they had more money for social programs. Can't hardly beat that. What I'd like to do is make a drug amnesty program where people would turn in their stash and go and get treatment as kind of a nice alternative. And that has a great number of marvelous benefits, and there they are. Reduce addiction, reduce incarceration, reduce terrorism, improve relations between police and citizens, help people heal. Hard to beat all of that. And of course, we should have sensible evidence-based policies and not propaganda. Can't go through all that, running out of time. And it'd be even better if we could get people to be happy with their lives and get less addiction as a consequence. And of course, we should all try to enjoy life and maybe get a view up at Lake Madison and try to change the world. And with that, of course, I bid you all a good evening.